Rolling blackouts are disrupting water supply in Polokwane and surrounding areas, leaving thousands of residents without water. The Oliphant Water Scheme that supplies water to Polokwane has been disrupted by power cuts, resulting in empty reservoirs. The Polokwane municipality lays blame at the door of the water authority, Lepelle Northern Water Board, which in turn blames the power utility. We now speak to Lutendo Bobodi on this. A very good morning to you, Lutendo. What's the situation? What is the real story behind all of these power shortages and water shortages?
Thank you so much, Desiree. You know, it's a nightmare for people in the rural area to not have water or even to share water with animals. But if you flip the page, it is so hard for people in the urban areas, your townships, your suburbs, to live without water, where everything depends on sanitation, talking about drinking water, washing, and also answering the call of nature. In Polokwane, water is from zero to very little supply right now as you and I are talking. Where we are right now is the Potgieter's reservoir. This is where water from Ebenezer and Oliphant Scheme is supplied into, so that these dams, these reservoirs will supply to areas like your Bendo, as far as Ishihu, not just Polokwane, but surrounding areas. As you can see behind me, that is the Potgieter reservoir. It's just one of them, which is now standing at 0%. We are standing on top of another one. That is why there's no water here. It's 0%. That is why we are able to even though it's closed, it's concealed, we are able to stand on top of it right now. Now, when you make a call, ask why there's no water supply. Under normal circumstances, you are told about your normal electrical faults or illegal connections, or also low dam levels. But this time around, the prime culprit is load shedding, the power cuts that are going on right now. You know, moving from levels, stage to another stage. You know, it's been disrupting lives in Polokwane and surrounding area. Not just here, of course. It's generally around the province. But for now, I'm joined by Director of Water and Sanitation from the Polokwane municipality. That is Mr. Munyamane Makodi. Thank you so much for your time and thank you so much for your patience. Let's talk about lack of water supply here. I think from Sunday there hasn't been water in Polokwane, and I understand there is a multifaceted phenomenon. There are other factors that cause this. What is the prime cause now? I understand load shedding. You want to talk to us around load shedding?
Thank you very much. Greetings to the viewers. Yes, I would in fact confirm that load shedding has hit us very hard at the moment. We have moved from stage 2 to 4, which basically we are stuck with until the weekend. And what this means is that for at least 2 or 3 times on a normal day, we do not receive any water from the schemes that supply water into the city's reservoirs for us to be able to distribute to the residents. So as you have correctly said, we are sitting at 0 in our reservoir levels now. So what would happen is at the time when the plants are shut because of no electricity, no water comes into the reservoirs, whereas the outlets are open and what has been in the reservoirs continues to flow out. So basically you do not have any reserve built in the reservoirs because of that lack of inflow, because of load shedding.
Okay, I understand as a municipality you have other alternatives such as boreholes. What is happening there?
So we currently are running over 21 boreholes that runs through a purification plant that would supply water into the specific reservoirs that we're standing over. So at present, we are operational. We would normally treat more than 5 megaliters of water, but because of load shedding and other aspects, of course, that has reduced to 2.1 megaliters on a daily basis. So that's quite a significant drop in the volume of water that we are able to supply. We do not have the luxury of these important sources having to be taken out of the areas where load shedding applies. So just as much as it affects our bulk water supply from the water board, it affects our boreholes, it affects our plants, and therefore it affects the end user.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Desri. In your intro, you talked about the municipality laying the blame at the door of the Lepelle Water Board. Now, the million-dollar question is, such a sprawling bulk water project, why doesn't it have generators as an alternative to supply power? We're going to be talking to them later on. Desri.
Thank you so much there to Lutendo Bobodi.